Welcome to another retro shelf video with an unboxing of a book that I've been waiting to get my hands on for a while. In fact, at the time of recording, a second batch has been made available of this first edition, but then there won't be any more available. So once that 500 is sold out, the new edition will be published in summer 2023, and you'll have to track down the first edition if you want that. So let's open it up and look inside. Some packing there, the main book itself, and a little surprise poster here. So let's open up this wrapping first. If you haven't worked out by now, this is a package from Lost in Cult in association with Retro Dodo. So this is the deluxe edition of A Handheld History, complete with shiny film bookmark there, and then the leaflets inside. We have Grid Studios, art made out of exploded consoles, Fun Key S with a discount, code for 10% off at Retro Modding, which expires next year. That's cool. We have the GB operator, play and manage Game Boy cartridges on your computer, supports Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, so you can save your games. And then we have the art cards, which are based on photos from the book, which are bits of consoles, some of which you'll be able to recognise, some may be unfamiliar to you. So they're quite a nice addition to the package. I'll have a quick look here inside the poster tube. I always find with these, not always easy to get out. Of course, the tube then rolls off the desk. So what we have is a very nice poster of the cover artwork. So, businessmen fiddling with calculators inspired Gunpei Yokai to conceptualize the Game & Watch. A Handheld History is inspired by the 40-year portable gaming empire that spawned from those LCD screens. Brought to you in partnership with Retro Dodo, the internet's leading retro gaming site, A Handheld History is an explorative jaunt through the platforms and games that define the legacy of portable systems. Less of a historical account and more of a poignant, introspective adventure. Trying to put the poster in the wrong end there. Across decades of gaming memories, this book will reconnect you to that long car trip full of Tetrominos, Mewtwo's and discarded AA batteries, before speeding ahead to our contemporary days of OLED screens and blockbusters in your backpack. Handheld gaming is a cornerstone tenet of the industry, one that has spawned communities who exchange Miis on the subway and Pokemon on the playground. Friendships were made in this facet of the medium, and it ought to be celebrated loudly, proudly, and across hundreds of beautifully assembled pages of art and essays. Featuring words from many incredible voices, this is an unmissable ode to the gaming device that you keep close to your heart, right in your jacket pocket. As you can see, in association with Lost in Cult, Retro Dodo, and Retro Modding. That's the Obi Strip with details on this. So as you can see, this is number 848 of 1100 in the initial list. So devised by Brandon Soto and Macchio, writers Alex Olney, Ashens, Bob Wolf, Brian Crecenti, Janet Garcia, Jason Bradbury, Kevin Kenson, Larry Bundy Jr. and more. Artists Hannah Kwan Kosselman, Jonathan Trainer, Nuri Dur, Raul Higuera, Sam McKenzie and more. Cover art by Stephen Graham, photography by BB Retro, logo Corey Schmitz, and then follow Lost in Cult on various social media platforms. So here's the book itself, with the cover art wrapping around. A Handheld History, Lost in Cult. Let's have a look inside. So there's much of that same information plus special thanks, image resources, disclaimer, forward by Brandon, and then we split into sections. So we have forward, Game & Watch, the Game Boy, Nintendo DS, 3DS, Switch, Micro Versus System, Pokemon Mini, PlayStation Portable, PlayStation Vita, the Pocket Station, Sega Game Gear, Visual Memory Unit, the Neo Geo Pocket Color, the Analog Pocket, and then lots of other handheld systems, the backer names, and the epilogue. So let's have a quick flick through, back to the days of Game & Watch, Game Boy, variations of Game Boy there, the Game Boy Color that followed it, and the Game Boy Pocket there, the Game Boy Advance, you can see first release, manufacturer, launch price, some of the initial forms of the Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Micro and SP. I have an SP and an original purple Game Boy Advance, evolution of Game Boy cartridges with various add-ons and tilt functions, and the camera there for the Advance. Paradise by the Overhead Light, talking about lighting your Game Boy, captured memories with the camera and the printer. Pokemon, Tetris, Super Mario Land, Dr. Mario. An interesting piece there. Hannah Kwan Kosselman did the art. Playing as a Woman, words by Priscilla Wells. King of Kong, some of his handheld experiences across the Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Metroid Fusion, Wario Land 4, Advance Wars, Super Mario Kart Super Circuit, and then on to the DS. I have a DS Lite, a black, standard black edition. You can see multiple versions of that. Let's go again. And the games, Super Mario games from the Super Mario 64 DS. Touch Me, talking about the touchscreen, Project Rub, Feel the Love XX. Add-ons, Nintendogs and Animal Crossing Wild Wood, Phantom Hourglass and WarioWare Touched. The 3DS, so following on from some GameCube titles there, 3DS console variations, which does get quite confusing with the 2DS. And again, various other forms there, between love and guilt, the ways to express our passion for gaming are multiple. A new dimension, the 3D feature, talking back to the Virtual Boy and into the 3DS. Then on to Nintendo Switch, which is both a portable and a home console. Special editions of the Switch there, the Joy-Cons, which are packed full of features. Educating Switch, Cascade of Colour, Gaming in the Gaps. You can see it's beautifully presented, lovely art as well as plenty of text. Gateway to Gaming, Growing Up with Nintendo, plenty to read as well. Metroid Dread and Doom Eternal on Switch, ARMS and Breath of the Wild. Outside the box, the original Mario Versus system there, Pokemon Mini, PlayStation Portable, and the Pocket Station, which attached to the PS1, the UMD, add-ons for the PSP, Match Made in Out of Heaven with the Metal Gear games, PlayStation Network Outage, PSP Go, the Patapon series, Rhythm Action. I'd love to play that properly. PlayStation Vita and variations, plus the PlayStation TV that lets you play, and the PS Vita TV that lets you play on a TV. Finding a Community, Shine Bright. Let's see, artwork, screenshots, packaging. Gravity Rush, Luminous Electric Symphony, Tearaway, very innovative game from Media Molecule. Pocket Station mentioned again there. Sega Game Gear, variations of Game Gear. And another Game Gear and its variations. The small but mighty, the Game Gear Micro selection. Talking about Sonic, handheld games, fixing a Game Gear, Gunstar Heroes and Puyo Puyo 2, the visual memory unit from the Dreamcast, Neo Geo Pocket Color, and then the Analog Pocket, which can emulate many others, Microvision, Turbo Express. So we're now getting into the other machines, not so portable. The Steam Deck gets a mention, Game.com, the Wonder Swan, the Game King, the N-Gage, the Playdate, something I'd love to add to my collection with its unusual controls, Atari Lynx, the Evercade, I do have an Evercade, and I'm waiting for my Evercade EXP, the Megaduck, the Gamate, the R-Zone, the Tiger handhelds, the LCD ones, the Gizmondo, which failed spectacularly but has brilliant software, including Trailblazer by Sean 7. Auto Race, classic one that. The Funky S, the tiny machine. The Retroid Pocket 2 Plus. And then we have the backers' names, so myself here listed, people who supported this through the crowdfunding campaign, the end papers there, and the epilogue. Gaming handhelds have come in all shapes, sizes, price ranges and specs during their history. They're forever adapting to trends and gamers' needs as time goes by. One thing that doesn't change in every iteration, however, is the joy they give to millions of people around the world on a daily basis. Thank you for reading this love letter to the history of handhelds. So, there we have A Handheld's History in association with Lost in Cult. Oh, pack of extra goodies and leaflets there. So, as I say, at the time of writing, I'll put a link to the website so you can see if it's still available. And look out in summer 2023 for the reprint, which won't be as glossy, won't have as many pages or as many images, but will contain the text. And that's it for this retro shelf video. Comment below your favourite handheld game, what you'd like to add to your collection, what you think of the book itself. Like and subscribe, share this, and support the channel through Ko-fi to help me make more content. I'll see you in the next video.